Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. All right, so from what I understand, the Philadelphia 76ers have ended trade talks on James Harden with the Clippers and anybody else for that matter. They're going to start training camp with James Harden. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, James Harden, in the beginning of all these conversations, had already stated that he was willing to go to camp. If for some reason they didn't get a trade going, he wasn't going to make a fuss if they needed to bring him back. So this is not going to be a situation. If that bit of information is in fact how it went, because I really don't remember. But if that's how it went, then I think they should be fine in regards to just starting the season without any concerns and ultimately finding a deal for James Harden that they can do without so much attention surrounding the situation, which ultimately affects the trade value anyway, as we always talk about. So, as I always say, the best way to get people traded is to not say anything at all to the media or to the public, and just allow for their value to be what it needs to be, and just trade them like a thief in the night. So that's what has to happen. And I'm not surprised by any of this. I think it's why James Harden agreed to go to training camp, because there's a good chance they weren't going to be able to get a good trade here based on the circumstances. But everybody knows he's available, and that's the most important thing. So I don't really think too much of this, to be honest with you. I know it's going to be a big news story. I know a lot of people are expecting for him to go back, throw a fit, not be his best, but I just think we're in a different world. He's been the subject of a lot of trades, and he knows how this goes. Now, I don't know why he allowed for that information to be let out, that he wanted to be traded in the first place. I think all that does is ultimately make it so that you can't get traded, which is what we've seen here. So, this is strategy one way or another. If you're trying to get the man traded, gotta first be quiet about it and then negotiate. So, him wanting to go only to the Clippers, that stuff, man, may this be the last time superstars think that actually is going to get them anywhere. It's not, man. You're prolonging the process of actually getting out of there. The more people who know about it, your demand. So that's just what the evidence has shown us at this point. And so James Harden is going to have to go back to camp, put on a smiley face, play basketball for the team, and they'll probably find a trade for him at some point. That's just how this often goes. They've made the decision to chop him, which means they are not going to be adverse to trading him unless the team is absolutely wildly successful to start the season, as to which nobody's going to want to go anywhere at that point. So I don't see why that can't be possible with this team being as talented as it is. But just the same, you don't have them winning the East right now. It's currently constructed, and that's not good enough for the timeline that they have right there. So I think Philadelphia's making a good decision as it pertains to just stopping the conversations that would allow for chatter. Just for cohesive purposes, you have a bigger priority to be concerned with. Joel Embiid, making sure that he is overall pleased and getting a good training camp going with a cohesive basketball squad around him. So what you don't want is for this trade, rumors to continue, and for that to be in flux with you maybe getting a trade done, maybe not, and ultimately this continuing to drag out regardless. So this just feels like news management, narrative management, and ultimately a means to an end. And I do not believe that James Harden's future is in Philadelphia. But I also don't think his future is in LA with the Clippers, because they do not have a trade package that I think would really be attractive to the Philadelphia 76ers. And I don't think the Clippers are overly enthused about giving up the farm for James Harden. So the interest probably isn't as strong as James probably would like it to be. But this just is what it is. Now we look forward to seeing what happens. Hopefully he does behave properly. Hopefully everything is as I remember it to be, which is he initially told everybody he was fine with going to training camp. So that's what's going to happen. That is pretty much the story there, man. So that's what I have for you. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.